But they're not going to teach you how to monetize it. A lot of them just don't. They teach you how to work for somebody else.
Degree, go get a business degree. That's
correct. If you're going to get it, I tell that to everybody. If you're going to get a degree, let it be in business. You can learn the photography side. Get the degree and if you're getting money to take classes or take courses, take business courses. That is the best thing you do.
Coming into the chat here, self-taught all up in here. So
yeah, I got a whole lot of self-taught. My self-taught is anything.
He's got a BA in animation. That sounds like fun.
Need to put that on a shirt. Self-taught, self-made, self-taught. If you, brand of encouragement, another great question. If you had to start from the ground up again, what's one advice you would give yourself? That's deep.
That is deep. Well, I feel like Ty interviewed me for his podcast, and I feel like we got into that a little bit.
We did.
Make sure you
check out that episode.
Is that coming?
That's out.
Oh, it's out.
It's out. Content and Cash is the podcast. FlashFilm Media podcast. Andre Woods, good looking out for the super chat real quick. But it's Content and Cash. It's out. It's available. It's the most recent episode. So make sure you can find that anywhere podcasts can be downloaded and anywhere you stream podcasts.
Yeah, we talked about that though, and the idea of if we could do it all again. I mean, for me, I'd try to doubt myself a whole lot less because it was me holding me back the entire time. It wasn't anybody saying, "Oh, you can't do this. You should." It was like me doubting my ability to do it. So if I could go back and tell myself, like, stop worrying so much, just go do the thing, you'll be fine.
I agree. For me, it was try not to do everything. I tried to do everything, and I spent a lot of money on the gear if a customer want to come in and they want this, I got this softbox. If they want, no. Figure out what it is you want to do specifically in this industry, and then buy the gear, buy the education, and learn about that. And it's something that didn't dawn on me until I had a bunch of people ask me, what camera should I get? I have no idea. I don't know what you're taking pictures of. I don't know what to tell you. It's kind of like saying, as a chef, what knife should I use? What are you cutting? Are you cutting cakes? Are you cutting fish? Like what to know. Once you decide on what you're cutting, what you're cooking, then I can determine or help you determine what tools you need. But if not, you're going to have a knife drawer with 50,000 knives and you're not going to know what to use when, or you're going to be overwhelmed. But if you're making sushi, then you have a whole different set of knives and tools and cutting boards that you need. So figure that out first, because if not, you're going to be all over the place and you're going to get information that pull you in two different directions. You're going to, and you're going to spend a lot of time just confused and stuck. So figure out first, hey, I want to be a cake photographer. This is what I want to do. Mm-hmm. Then go and build your gear and build your knowledge and build the business side based on specifically what you want to do.
Yeah. And start with some like basic gear. You know what I mean? Like, cause I always say you really can't make a wrong decision when you're starting out. Like you just gotta, unless it's something outside your budget. Like to me, that's always the baseline. Like stick within your budget, buy what you can afford, and know that like you're going to figure out once you start to master that specific camera and lenses and gear that you do have, that then exactly you'll start to see, oh, I actually need a zoom lens because that is the kind of work that I'm doing and I need that flexibility because I'm shooting in restaurants and I'm running from portraits to overheads to, like that's what you're going to need, as opposed to somebody who's like, yeah, I'm just shooting wine bottles all day. I need a very specific thing, but you don't know until you start to dig in. So don't go spend, one of the most embarrassing things, I've never told anybody this, but when I first started, I was like, that sort of, I got to go buy all the things because this is clearly like, I'll see this person shooting with this. Obviously that's why they're good, right? Is because they're using this thing. And I still have it. I've got 2 different lenses. I was shooting Sony a6000 then, which is a great camera. But I bought a 50 millimeter lens and a 55 millimeter lens because somebody told me like, this lens is great and this lens is great. I had no clue what focal length was. And so like I dropped, like $1,000 in lenses thinking that there was something wildly different, but they're practically the same freaking lens, but it's that anxiety and fear that you don't know what you're doing. And so you just go spend all this money, as opposed to just stick with the kit lens, stick with the basic camera, figure out what you're doing there, and then inform your decisions from that point.
I used to make that. Oh man, I was big on that. Seeing somebody with some gear, like they're out shooting me because they got this gear and that gear. And I remember 2 times in my life feeling like that, being on both sides. One was being in school in the military, and I had a teacher that had, you know, at the time we were just, if you had a 5D Mark II, like you were, and you had a lens that had a red ring on it, you had any L glass, you were it. And I'm like, that's the only reason why you're out shooting me. And he was like, look, I had a T3i at the time. He's like, give me your T3i. He said, we're going to switch. And I was like, I'm about to get you. I got a full frame, because I was shooting, you know, crop sensor, thinking, well, full frame, my pictures are just going to pop. And man, he whooped me with my own camera. When I got my camera back, I just looked at it like, it's capable of doing that. And he was like, it's not the gear, it's you. Now, once you get, you know, to the point where you get really good with that and you start getting clients, then you can afford things that'll make it easier, but it has nothing to do with the gear. And later in life, as I was teaching a class and going out, I had somebody at a Nikon, probably a D300 or something, and they were like, you're just out shooting us because you got this gear. I was like, oh, I've been waiting on this. Let's switch cameras. And the same thing. She was like, I can't believe you got that out of this.
Your day game, man, that felt so good.
Yeah. I was like, it's on the memory card. You can tell people you shot it. And it's, but it's all about you. It's, you know, and your understanding of light, more than the gear. And, you know, gear companies, they do a great job at marketing. You don't see Canon or Sony posting regular pictures. There's always mountains or something that's just mind blowing. And it's not really that the camera quality is that great. It's just, that's a landscape you probably never seen before. And it's captivating at the same time. You know, you forget that the marketing is about the lens and the camera, and you're just like, wow, this is a beautiful sunset. Every time I point the camera at the sun, I assume that my camera will be able to take that. And you just have to be there on the 2 days of year where the sunset is that color in that hemisphere and that, you know, on that beach to capture that image. And you don't think about that. So you think it's the gear.
I tell you, I've got a buddy though, and we are chasing, because Arizona's got some really great sunsets, and he and I go do some desert shooting from time to time. It's been a couple years, and we are still chasing the perfect sunset. So the day will come when our schedules align, sky does what it's supposed to, and we'll be out there. But until then, we'll leave it to the camera brands.
there was a guy that was shooting music videos that I really looked up to. And his camera of choice was a T2i, a Canon T2. Here I am thinking I need a red and this guy was shooting music videos that was coming on like BET and MTV. And he was using a T2i.
It's killer. I love it.